What's up guys, Onmaths here and welcome to this video on proportion. So all three questions we're doing from Edexcel, AQA and OCR are kind of similar working out, and I'm going to do them all the same way. Now with proportion, especially the easier ones, there are kind of other ways of doing it, and then when you get onto the more complicated ones, the method I'm going to show for all three questions in this video is kind of the best way of doing it. It's just the most consistent way of getting the right answer. So first thing to do is kind of identifying the question, what it is that is the relationship between x and y. So it says it's inversely proportional, so y is inversely proportional to the square of x. So there's a lot to unpick there. So we're going to start off with y, and if it says proportional, what I do is use this symbol here, which just means is proportional to. Now it says it's inversely, so inversely means it will be 1 over, and it's not inversely proportional to x, it's inversely proportional to the square of x, so it would be over x squared. Now I really want to change that kind of alpha, the proportionality sign. I want to change it to an equals, otherwise I can't really do anything. So to do that, I multiply the right hand side by k. Now k is a constant, and k is something we need to find. Okay, and this here is kind of our formula here, but we need to know what k is. So we're going to quickly go and do that. So if I find a value of x and y that we know, now I could pick any of these, and I probably will pick the easiest one, which I think is x equals 1 and y equals 9. Might be the easiest. So what I'm going to do is just put that into the formula that I've put a purple box around. Instead of y, we're going to have 9 equals k over, instead of x squared, we're going to have 1 squared, which is just 1. And what I'm going to do is times both sides by 1. And you just get 9, k equals 9. So I'm going to go back to that formula in the purple box, but to get an equation for y in terms of x, I just need to replace the k with 9, because I know that k is 9. So y equals 9 over x squared. Now you might be wondering, if I picked a different value of x and y, so x equals 3 and y equals 1, would I get the same answer? Absolutely. It doesn't matter which one you pick. In fact, in the question, you didn't need these. You only needed one of them to answer the question. Moving on to the next part. It says find the positive value of x when y is 16. So I'm just going to use that formula, and I'm just going to put 16 in for y. And we've got 9 over x squared. Now we're going to put our lines in, because we're trying to find out what x is. Now those of you who've watched a previous video in this series realise what we can do here is actually swap the left hand side with the denominator. So what we're doing is we're timesing both sides by x squared, and that will move the x squared to the left hand side, then dividing both sides by 16. Now you can do it as 2 steps, or you can just do it as 1 step. Whenever you have a term equals a fraction, you can always just swap them over like that. Then we're going to square root both sides. And something about square roots is when you square root a fraction, you just square root the top and square root the bottom. And I'm running out of space here, so root 9 is going to be 3, and root 16 is going to be 4. Now, either of those could have been negative, so it could have been negative 3 over 4. But the question says find the positive value, so it's just 3/4. Otherwise, it would be 3/4 and minus 3/4. Moving on to AQA, very similar question. It looks different because there's no table, but we still have the information about how the two letters are related, and we still have the values at one of the points on, say if we drew a graph of it, one of the points on the graph. So it says h is directly proportional, so h is directly proportional to v squared. Okay, same as before. If we're going to put an equal sign in there, we just multiply the right hand side by k, so this time it will be kv squared. So that there is our formula, and all we need to do is work out what k is. So we've got v we've got v equals 10 when h equals 5. So we're going to substitute that into the purple formula. So we've got 5 equals k times 10 squared. Let's put our lines in. Don't need many. Right. So that is 100k. 5 equals 100k. Divide by 100 both sides. And that would be what you could write 0.05 is k. And then rewrite this formula here. So it's h equals 0.05 v squared. We're given the fact that v is 24, so v equals 24. So let's rewrite this, but let's put v in. And let's get our calculator out. So 0.05 times 24 squared. And it says the answer is 28.8. So let's fill that in. So 28.8 meters. Last up is our OCR question. Now, this looks very similar to the previous question, but there's a couple of reasons why I've put this in. First of all, it's the square root of x, so it's slightly different. But secondly, they actually ask you just to find the formula, similar to the Edexcel question. So if you had a different way of doing it, as doubling one, halving the other if it's inversely, or finding another way of doing it, you still sometimes have to just write down the formula. So the method I show you will cover you in all instances. So we look at the information that it gives us, and this part here, if I just do a bit nicer, there we are. Okay, so it says y is inversely, so that'd be 1 over, proportional to the square root of x. There we go. And again, to put the equal sign in, we times the right hand side by k. Let's put that in a box, because that is our formula, but we need to find out what k is. So it says when y is 40 and x is 9. So let's put that into it. So 40 equals k over square root of 9. Okay, so square root of 9 is 3 or minus 3. So let's just put 3 for now. And then we're going to times both sides by 3. And so that would be 120 equals k. And so rewrite the equation or the formula in the purple box, but this time with k as 120. Now you might be wondering why I took it as a positive 3. Well, if you look at the formula, we're going to square root x anyway, so that will generate a positive and negative. So it doesn't matter whether that 120 is positive or negative. Your answer for y can still be positive or negative. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please click like. If you want to see more from us, we release videos every single weekday, Monday to Friday at 9 o'clock in the morning. Just click the subscribe button and the bell icon to make sure you're up to date with all the videos we release. If you haven't already, which I'm sure you have, check out our website onmaths.com, which is packed full of free resources to help you with your maths, and there'll be a magic link appear above the video now. Otherwise, thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow.